Hello, third grade. It is Wednesday, April 1st. It's April Fool's Day today. And no, that is not why I have a mustache right now. Uh, it's a long story. Suffice it to say that I made a mistake while shaving and decided to keep it as part of a wager. Anyways, I hope it's not too distracting. I miss you guys. We don't have any new history lecture today, so we're just going to be doing a little review, and I'm going to read some of the quiz and test questions from your quiz tomorrow and your test on Friday. This is, since you're taking it at home, I don't think it's going to be too much of a big deal, but I thought might as well, since we aren't able to see each other anymore, and since some of you maybe have a little cabin fever like I do, want to get out and about. So, the quiz tomorrow that I'm going to post on Dropbox, unless you ask me, if there are any parents watching, if you want me to email you the quiz and the test, I can do it that way. But if not, I'm just going to post it on Dropbox. Anyways, I hope that works. So, the quiz and the test are both going to cover pages 197 to 231. So that's basically everything from Noah Webster all the way through John Greenleaf Whittier, Louisa May Alcott, all the way to Sam Houston and Davy Crockett. All right, so without further ado, just like in class, I'm going to be reading the questions. I will pause for a second if you'd like to try and answer, and then I will say the answer myself. First question: who wrote the first American dictionary? That was Noah Webster. It's even called Webster's Dictionary to this day. You can also pause the video if you want a second to answer. Number 2, who wrote the book Little Women? That is Louisa May Alcott. Number 3, who wrote the poem Snowbound? It is, of course, John Greenleaf Whittier. Next question: who served as governor of Tennessee and then later Texas? It was Sam Houston. I feel like I should dub some music underneath. If I had the technical prowess to do it, I would. So it'd be like professional video. All right. Who was the pioneer from Tennessee who fought to free Texas? That was, of course, Davy Crockett. King of the wild frontier. Next question: who was the Mexican president who fought against the Texans? It was, of course, General Santa Anna. Next question: many Texans lost their lives at the blank when they were fighting for independence. The answer is the Alamo. Next question: Davy Crockett served in Congress as a representative of what state? It was good old Tennessee. I feel like Alex Trebek. You kids probably don't know who that is, but your parents probably do. What were the 3 books usually found in the one-room schoolhouse of the past? 3 answers. They are, of course, a primer, used for learning to read easy stories, a speller, learning to spell, and, of course, the Bible, so that you can learn all your important life lessons. Now, that's all the questions from the quiz. I'm going to read a couple from the test. They are, of course, almost identical. They're the same material, so they're just going to rearrange the words, but they're going to be basically the same thing. For example, por ejemplo, the first American textbook for children was the blue-backed blank. The blue-backed blank. It was the blue-backed speller. Given that name, of course, because I have a blue cover. The first American blank took almost 20 years to write. The first American dictionary. Noah Webster worked at it for 20 years. Makes sense when you think about how many words there are. And, side note, the dictionary is still growing as we continue creating words. For example, he wouldn't have had a definition for the internet, or, Wi-Fi, or automobile, but he certainly would have had a dictionary for sweet mustache. All right, next question. The Texans fought against the country of blank for their independence. They fought against Mexico. Now, it should be added that Texas belonged to Mexico. So it wasn't just like, oh, the Texans loved freedom and the Mexicans were trying to get them. It was Mexico's land. The Texans came in and took it. But they wanted to be free. All right. We already went over that. Oh, here's a good one. John Greenleaf Whittier's poems were set to music and used as what kind of song? 3, 2, 1. Hymns. Hymns are the type of song. Remember, those are religious songs. In the chapel up at school, they have the hymn book, and they have all kinds of Mighty Fortress is Our God, and not the praise songs that we sing. They're a little more formal. All right. Next question. Louisa May Alcott's home was a stop on the blank. It was a stop on the Underground Railroad. Remember the network of people who were trying to escape, people who were helping other people trying to escape slavery. All right. Snowbound was written in memory of the author's blank. Who did Whittier write the poem Snowbound about? He wrote the poem about his family. Most of his poems were about his family. Remember, he was a Quaker. He had a big family, and he cared for them deeply, and so he wrote these poems and included them, as I'm sure you would. Ben would write a poem about Leah and his parents in a heartbeat, and as the rest of you would, I'm sure. All right, this is the last question we are going to do. No, that's not true. A person, real or fictional, who is admired by the people of a particular place for his or her accomplishments is called a folk hero. True or false? That is a mouthful. It is true. Davy Crockett was called a folk hero because all of the people who lived in Tennessee in that frontier area really looked up to him and considered him a hero, and so they created all these stories, most of which were probably embellished or over dramatic. Like, there's a story he wrestled a bear with his bare hands. Like, come on. Nobody, not even your dad, could wrestle a bear with their bare hands. Or they could, they just lose. Alright, I digress. We did that. Alright, this will be the last question, although I'm sure you will do more studying on your own. True or false? Louisa May Alcott worked as a doctor during the Civil War. That is, of course, false. She worked as a nurse. Women were not allowed to be doctors back then. It's messed up, I know. But she did want to help out, and she was educated, and she was smart and hardworking. And so all of the people who were injured fighting in the Civil War needed people to help, and so she volunteered her time, which was very, very good of her. So the quiz is going to be tomorrow. The quiz is short; it's only 10 questions, and then the test will be on Friday. It's not much longer. You can use your book for the map section. You don't have to do the map if you don't want to, although I would encourage you to do it. You got a map in your book, and it is good to try and learn our states, the states of our great country. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. I know this was a little bit of an odd video. I hope you're hanging in there and washing your hands, doing your homework, and not driving your parents crazy. I miss you guys. Can't wait till we're back in class, regrowing plants because I'm sure they're probably all gone. And otherwise enjoying school again. But for now, we persevere, praying for you, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.